Okay, so let's return to the type tool here. I'm now starting to think about how I want to have the text surround the figure. And I want to show you under the type menu, there is a type on the path and there are options, but this opens a little special contextual panel called Type on the Path Options that allows you to play around with all of them. If you want to see how things are going to change in your file when you try different things, click the preview button, and then as you make a change, such as let me just flip this, you'll see how the object changes as you're working on it. Okay, this is one of these methods. Now, there are five different ways that text on a path can be. Since I'm doing a round shape, the rainbow or gravity is going to be the best. These others do some wacky things that might be appropriate for yours, but play around with it and figure out what you want. Yeah, you can align these different things to different parts of this. Red here is my original path. So it's on baseline right now. If I click ascender, it's going to tuck it inside. Descender is going to be outside of that. Center will put it directly on that path, so it centers through that path. And baseline was where we were before, sitting right on that path as we type it out. In addition to those are some controls that you have when you go into here. I showed you guys this idea of using the selection tool to change the actual field that you're typing in a second ago, right? And can you see that the text is getting tighter because I'm making the field smaller? And when it gets to its limit of what it can do, it'll start cutting words off. So as if you need a second line in your text. So let's leave it there. And then this control allows you to do a transformation of rotation. And so I'm really liking thinking about that as a headline over the top of that. And so I'm going to play with that as well. There are other techniques that I wanted to show you real quick. Making a little more space for between things. So say I wanted to try to space things out. You could do something as simple as going back in your type tool, get your cursor in there, it'll start flashing there, and you could add spaces to do some of this stuff. Now, it's not the best thing, right? It's actually probably a little smarter to go in there and use, again, the type on a path tools and options. And I would look at maybe the spacing and start to play with some positive spacing changes. Remember to hit preview to see what's going to happen. Let's see, let's go up to 12. That started actually working reverse on me. So 6 may be the maximum I can do. And now it's selected. You can also, try different types of fonts and look at how those are working. So as a technique, using the type on the path would allow you to do all kinds of fun stuff. If you remember the Yuri Gagarin pin, it had that shape that rolled around it. You could make an arc that made a shape that trailed off like a ribbon, and then you could have your logo go up that, for example. All right, let's continue playing around with this and start to get it dialed in as a rough prototype.